Welcome to the build-up from RamsTV. This is the show that gives you everything you need to know before the big game kicks off. Derby County finally return home this afternoon. The Rams' final game before the international break sees them welcome Plymouth Argyle and an old friend to Pride Park Stadium. Yes, Wayne Rooney is back in town today. The Manchester United and England legend retired as a Ram. 35 appearances, 7 goals for the record, and managed Derby for the better part of 2 seasons before leaving following the club's relegation and subsequent takeover in 2022. The high point of his reign was probably the final day of the 2020-21 season when Rooney's Rams pulled off the great escape against Sheffield Wednesday. Ironically, the Rams staying up relegated Paul Warne's then Rotherham. Well, the now Derby head coach became the Championship's longest-serving manager on Thursday after Mark Robins was sacked by Coventry. That came after Derby beat the Sky Blues on Wednesday night to record their first away win of the season. The Rams have been much more reliable at home, 4 wins out of 6 at Pride Park. By contrast, today's opponents, Plymouth, have been dreadful on their travels. They've scored just a single goal and picked up just a single point from 6 attempts on the road, taken some hammerings along the way too. But they did win on Tuesday, a crucial victory over Portsmouth at home park. Those wins in the week mean that just 3 points separate Plymouth and Derby. There is a real logjam in the bottom half of the Championship table. You'll hear from both managers in a moment or two. First, let's talk to Derby striker Jerry Yates. Goal scorer in the week, certainly got Derby's opener. Even he admits he probably can't quite claim the second.
I'd like to claim it, but that's on Sky Sports. It's gone down to no goal, so can't really claim it. But originally it was a cross for Nat at the back post, so yeah.
You need breaks to go your way sometimes, right?
Yeah, of course. Obviously a great game for us all to play in. We had to put some graft in, and obviously the subs that came on, the lads that didn't come on, everyone pushed each other every day, and to finally get that away win, I think it's a big weight off our shoulders.
No doubt about the first goal, which you took fantastically well. Take me through your mindset when you're sort of lurking behind the defence as you were there.
To be honest, I just thought, obviously, come from Jacob with a big kick, and I knew that the left back at the time wouldn't have seen me, so I sort of just literally gambled, and obviously knew as soon as he passed it, I thought, my luck's in here. But then at the same time, I thought if the keeper comes out here, he's going to try and literally nick the ball off me. So I thought, do a decent touch and then obviously finish it off.
Second important question, and lots of people have asked me this, and it's been the talk of the office. Can you explain the celebration?
I can't really explain it. No, it's a private joke between the lads. The lads was on to me literally an hour before the game, into me in the hotel room and stuff like that. It was literally giving me some right. So yeah, I have to. They half made me do it, and yeah, it's nice when you celebrate with all the lads and all the lads are involved. And like I say, it's a close-knit group, happy lads. So yeah.
Is it nice to have little in-jokes and things like that?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. It shows how close-knit the lads are. Literally everyone's in on it, so we'll see what celebration we can get for Saturday.
You referenced it earlier. Is it a bit of a weight off the shoulders to get that first away win?
I think, yeah, subconsciously. I don't think no one goes into the game thinking about it, but to finally get it, especially against a team like that, that's a very, very good team. And yeah, it was massive, because obviously people, when we went there, no one expected us to get a result, and to come away with a win is massive.
I wanted to ask about Dejon Brown. Played up front with him on Wednesday night. Young striker at the start of his career and got his first goal a couple of games ago. What are you seeing in Dej?
He's an animal. He's one of them. He's got everything: pace, power. Obviously, he's got to adapt to the speed of the game. I was speaking to him the first 20 minutes, half an hour, and obviously the nerves get better of you and your legs seize up and stuff like that. But literally telling him, you can just get through, you'll be sound next 5-10 minutes, and after that it was frightening. And obviously it takes a lot of weight off my shoulders if you're playing with him, sort of thing. So it's like a shared load sort of thing. But honestly, you see him in training every day. He's a handful, strong, pacey, can finish. He's got everything, can head. So listen, he just needs to keep his head down, and obviously he'll have many more opportunities.
And there he is, striker Jerry Yates. No new injury concerns for Derby to worry about today, by the way. And now Wayne Rooney does make his return to Pride Park today. For the first time since he left the club 2 years ago, the now Plymouth boss played a massive part in the Rams' recent history. A figurehead for Derby, of course, during administration a couple of years ago. And despite everything that happened, one of the men that helped Derby do so much to keep the club going says he has nothing but fond memories of the place.
We had to. I think that was, again, it was difficult times for the football club, for the fans, for the staff. We had staff members getting made redundant and losing their jobs, but we had to really try and keep it as a close knit, and it, sometimes through the most difficult moments it brings people together, and I think that's exactly what happened. Not just myself, the coaches around me as well. We really pulled together and tried to do the best we could with the players we had. It meant that quite a few young players made the debut for the football club. Some of them, still in the team now. Young Liam Thompson and Cashin. Obviously, Cash is suspended for the game on Saturday, but them two got an opportunity through the situation the club was in, and they've took it and not looked back. So yeah, I think it was a difficult moment, but I think a lot of good came from that as well.
And now they're back in the Championship and seem to be thriving. Can you take a little bit of satisfaction from that fact that you kept the club going, along with lots of other people, I know, but you kept the club going so that they could bounce back into the Championship? Yeah, listen, Derby County will always have a place in my heart for what we went through, and I was there as a player as well, which sometimes gets lost. I scored my last ever goal in professional football against Norwich for Derby County, and it was a place I really enjoyed going into work and to play, and then to go into work as manager. So yeah, of course you always have a soft spot for them, but certainly not on Saturday. Morgan Whittaker obviously has very strong Derby links as well. How do you feel he will feel about going back, and the sort of his emotions about going back to the club where he played?
Morgan will be fine. He's been back a few times before. He played against me when I was for Swansea, when I was Derby County manager. He scored a header actually, which I remind him of is very rare.
Remind him before the game on Saturday. Yeah.
No, but Morgan will be fine. Of course, he's going to get a bit of stick. There's no hiding that. So I think that'll be water off a duck's back for him. I don't think that'll be an issue for him at all.
Might be differing receptions for Wayne Rooney and Morgan Whittaker at Pride Park later. Time to hear from the Derby boss. Paul Warne became the Championship's longest-serving manager on Thursday when Coventry sacked Mark Robbins. It's not a moniker that Warne is too giddy to be taking on.
Yeah, not good really. Normally I would smile at such a surreal stat, but the fact that it was my good friend who lost his job in very surreal circumstances, it doesn't sit great with me. But it also shows as well, it's sort of like double depressing. One, that one of my good friends has lost his job. Considering what he's done, I thought he'd have definitely had a little bit more in his... but no one's going to be surprised I'm defending football managers. But the other thing is, I think it just shows how surreal and difficult this job is really, that in 24 teams in the Championship, and I've only been here 2 years, that I'm the longest serving manager in the Championship. I think it just shows the pressure and demands from every club for success. And obviously my simple maths would be 24 doesn't go into 2 or 3, so not every team can have a successful season. So yeah, I just think it just increases my understanding of the difficulties ahead, and that's why you've got to enjoy the good times when you can.
On a different topic, I know you gave Craig Forsyth his flowers on Wednesday night and have on many occasions, but he's now into the top 20 all-time appearances for Derby County. I mean, that is some going, isn't it?
Yeah, that is some going. Even more so after you see him play them 2 minutes at Stoke. The fact that he's in the top 20 is amazing. I could go wax lyrical about Foz forever. He's one of them players. I've had him at previous clubs and played with players like Foz at previous clubs that sort of encapsulate everything good about the football club. And Fozzy's that. He's really humble. He's really intelligent. He understands the game. Keeps himself in amazing shape. Like, he hasn't, a lot of players get to a certain age. Some players can play to they're 38, some get to 28 and can't cross a road. He's one of them that, he's just been physically brilliant for me, and a real, a quiet leader. And the fact he's in the top 20, and I did actually listen to your thing that you said he could actually come after a few more. So, which is great. And yeah, out of a lot of players I've worked with in my career, he's definitely in the top 10, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is when you see how many I've had. Top 10 of true pros, and long may his career continue. Great result for you on Wednesday night. Very quick turnaround to Saturday. Are energy levels the biggest concern for you ahead of the weekend? Yeah, I mean, it's a great result for us. But energy levels are always a problem. I have an issue with the Wednesday, Tuesdays. I've always had this moan up. I can't believe fixtures can't be worked out, that if you play on a Tuesday, you play a team who's played on a Tuesday on the Saturday, and vice versa. I don't understand why you would allow that. But supposedly it should work itself out over the course of the season. I just don't think that makes any sense. But so the lads trained yesterday, trained today, are jaded obviously, and they gave a lot midweek, and they have to give a lot to win a game, and I think it was one of our highest outputs. So so I am concerned, but I get paid to be concerned on everything, don't I? So that is one of my concerns, yeah. You've been very good at Pride Park so far. You welcome Plymouth this weekend under Wayne Rooney. What have you made of them? Yeah, not dissimilar to us, really. They've done really well at home, picked up their points at home, been close in a lot of games away from home. Technically very good, keep the ball, play without fear, and have pace out wide. So yeah, a lot of similarities, to us, and they're 3 points behind us, and we think we're doing well, and obviously they're doing well. They're on the same points as Hull, and we had Hull here last week or week before. I lose all track of time. And we understood how difficult it was to beat Hull, and it will be just as difficult to beat Plymouth. So I'm well aware of their strengths, and I think you can just have to look at the league table now to know, literally anyone beats anyone. It's like the saying in America is that any given Sunday, innit? And it's a bit like any given Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday here, that anyone can beat anyone. So we're going to have to be at our very best to get anything out of the game. And that's Paul Warne, and this has been the build-up. Do join us on RamsTV later for Derby County against Plymouth Argyle. It's available to watch with us everywhere outside the UK, so get your Game Pass now at dcfc.co.uk. And if you are coming to the game, please make sure you're in your seat nice and early, as today is our remembrance fixture. That's all for now. Goodbye.